There were so many people, I couldn't even say for sure who was a member of the family and who wasn't. You see, my clan was so big, they started drifting apart when they got married, one after another. Ah Gong was very furious at first with the breaking up of the extended family. You see, we all used to live in this very big house, and it's got so many rooms, it can accommodate more than 50 people. But of course, when they got married, they all left one by one. And then Ah Gong also died. Then my family was the only one left behind, with 2 old servants who had been with him for more than 50 years. More than 50 years, you know. I think one of them was called... The funeral. Let me tell you about the funeral. The coffin was too big. It was so big, we had to hire 16 coolies just to carry it from the funeral coach to the grave. The issue wasn't so much of the weight, but I also must say it was pretty heavy. In fact, it was so heavy that 16 of them nearly dropped it to the ground when they were carrying it off the coach. We men from the family had to rush over and save it, you know. You know how embarrassing that would have been, The coffin crashing to the ground, busting wide open, with my dead Ah Gong lying there. Staring at everyone. I tell you what, there were at least 200 people there that day, you know. 200. I don't know who most of them were. I had this feeling that most of them didn't even belong to the family. In fact, I had this feeling that we were being watched. Yeah, being watched. Anyway, we saved it. Then the whole lot of us carried and got empty to the grave. And as we carried it, we were cursing inside.
As we carried, we were feeling proud. Well, I was anyway.
Please, every step brought on more curses. Why those 16 old beer smoking coolies were not strong enough? And why Ah Gong had to buy such a heavy, solid thing?
Not many people will get the honor of being buried in such a rare, refined, polished, and grand coffin, right?
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knew about the specialness of that coffin. I can still remember some of them now. Brought cameras, you know. Click, click, click. As we were biting our lips, trying to stop that bloody thing from falling to the ground. As I said, the problem wasn't so much of the weight. It was the size! I mean, we all knew it was going to be unusually big, but bigger than the hole? No! Hey! Cannot be
Ah Gong's coffin could not fit into the hole. On the day of his funeral, I was shocked, stunned.
It must have been the funniest sight in the entire funeral history of mankind.
Stop laughing! If you're a member of the family,
can you imagine all this time and energy and emotion and money to prepare for such a grand and glamorous funeral? And then in the end, what happened? The lobang was small. Too big. Whatever it is, it didn't fit. It didn't fit.
stop laughing! How can you laugh? Or your father, or your uncle, and his coffin cannot fit into the grave. What would you do? Do you take his body out of the coffin and dump it in the hole without the coffin? Or do you move the whole coffin to a private cemetery? Or do you come back another day when the hole is made bigger? It's serious! You can't